back to AM Northwest. There is some truth to the saying that clothes make the man, or in this case, woman. Here to share the keys to dressing with confidence, we welcome back the author of Your Clothes Speak, image consultant Carol Parker Walsh. Good to have you with us again.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So when you talk about how your clothes speak to people, you really speak to people first, right?
Exactly. You know, too often people want immediately to go into what they're wearing. You know,
Right.
They just want to know, should I wear this? Should I wear that? And, you know, they follow all the fashion bloggers and the magazines, and it becomes chaotic and crazy and confusing. But I always tell people there's some key things that you have to realize before you go reach for the clothes in the closet, and to learn some things about yourself.
For instance?
Well, for instance, the first thing, there are three key things that I talk about. And first is to understand yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I call your style DNA, which are your distinguishable natural attributes. And these are things such as your body harmony color, meaning your hair, your eyes, your skin tone. If you know no other color to wear, if you were to work in harmony with those three colors, you would find the perfect thing for you.
Right.
Also your body shape, also the tone and pitch of your voice, your movement, your mannerism, absolutely. Because that will determine weight of fabric, it will determine the patterns that you can wear. All of that would really make a difference to make sure that everything that you're wearing is really in harmony with your natural, distinguishable natural attributes.
Discuss your harmony.
So, for example, I have, you know, my hair texture, for example. So I have locks. So that allows me to wear things that have a little bit more texture to them, something that has a little bit, not things that are maybe a little bit more, not bulky, but things that have more, texture, not necessarily fine or refined.
Sure.
You, for example, have more of a finer tone to your hair. So things like what you're wearing, a soft knit, or things that have a smooth fabrication with things that will be in harmony with your natural body.
And then what about coloring when you talk about the colors to wear?
Yeah, so for coloring, if you always go with your natural body harmony colors, that will work well. Your eye color is always your best color. You can always wear it. It's going to look amazing on you. But you can also wear your skin tone. So I always tell people sometimes instead of going for that little black dress, why not go for something like, in your case, maybe something as a champagne color dress. Or something that's more in line and in line with you. The other thing I say too is I do a lot of work using fashion feng shui. And I talked about that the first time I was here, which talks about five energies, the water, wood, metal, and fire. And the thing about those is that if you know your natural harmony, it also will speak to the type of fabrics and colors that you can wear as well. So understanding your natural archetype and your persona and your personality will also speak to the things that you should choose and look for in what you wear.
You talked about voice.
Yes.
So explain how your voice and what you wear would go together.
Well, for example, someone who's more soft-spoken, right? They're, maybe a little bit. So if they're wearing something really bold, brass, and loud, it doesn't match them. Exactly. But
unlike someone like this person.
Exactly. Or somebody who has a big personality, like, Iris Apfel, right? Who believes that less is more and more is a bore. Yeah, well, what did she say? More is more and less is a bore. So she's a big personality, so she can carry a lot of things, which is really good, right?
That makes a lot of sense.
The other thing, the last thing I always say to look for is what are your goals and objectives in life, right? What are the things that you want to accomplish? What are the things that you want to see yourself do that you really want to see yourself succeeding in life? And in that regard, you want to think about the things that you choose that are going to support that lifestyle, support that business, support those objectives and goals.
So give me an example.
So for example, if you want to make more, you want to be on the stage more, you want to start speaking in front of groups, well then you want to make sure that you're going to pick something that's going to allow you to show up in a positive way, that's going to authentically reflect you, and not be too distracting to the audience when they're looking at you, trying to listen to what you're saying, and not be distracted by what you're saying.
Oh, I see.
Or if, say, you're a retiree and you decide that, well, I've been in the corporate world and I have a bunch of suits and these dressier items, well, now I want to have more of a travel lifestyle, a more lean back, fun lifestyle, then you want to switch and find those clothing and those pieces that would really reflect that lifestyle as well. So the key things is to understand your, what I call your irreplaceable DNA, those aspects of you that you can't do anything about, right? Your voice, your movement, your body language, your natural harmony, and then understand your persona, your personality, which I do that through the feng shui, understanding your archetype with one of those elements, and then understanding finally your goals, your objectives, and what you want to do with your life. If you understand these three components, then choosing the right item, knowing where to go, and knowing how it looks best on you is going to save you a lot of time and not let you have that wardrobe of the 20% that you wear, or a wardrobe of a bunch of things that you can't wear or don't like anymore.
Does your essence, your how you appear to people, does that change with age?
It really doesn't. Who you are is who you are.
Okay.
Now, you may decide for a different situation or circumstance to reflect that. Maybe if you're going to go, networking, or if you're going to visit your
Sure.
family, or if you have a job interview or things of that nature, you may want to reflect that environment a little bit in terms of your appearance. But the key is to always be authentic to who you are.
Right.
And if you're authentic to who you are, you'll always feel confident and you'll always feel comfortable in everything that you wear, and you'll show up that way.
Yeah.
And that's what really are the keys to build a confident image.
One last question.
Yeah.
What's the one thing you would suggest folks get this time of year? Like, what is the in thing right now?
The in
That's fun.
That's fun. The thing that's really popular right now are faux fur. That is a fun.
Love that.
That's a fun item right now. A lot of people are doing a lot of faux fur, leather, suede. There's a lot of that is really coming more into the forefront. So people are being really creative.
I'm using fur
with creative
vests.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So that's a fun thing that you can throw in there if that's your style.
Right.
So, some people that would be a little bit too much, but that's a fun little thing to play with for this time of year.
Carol, thank you so much. The book again is called Your Clothes Speak. Carol Parker Walsh. Always good to see you.
You too.
All right, coming up next on AM Northwest, see how to create fun Valentine's Day poppers. Stay with us.